Welcome to Scone Baking Beyond. Hi, I'm Kathy, and I enjoy making scones, muffins, cookies, and all sorts of delicious baked goodies. Today, I have a treat for you. I am sharing with you my festive peppermint macarons, which I am taking to my friend Nori's fabulous Christmas cookie exchange party tonight. These macarons are filled with peppermint in the cookie, and then I filled them with a wonderful peppermint white chocolate ganache. I wanted them to look like starlight peppermint candies, so I added a red swirl to them. Your family and friends are going to love these cookies, and let me show you how easy they are to make. So, let's bake. Whenever you make macarons, it's important that you measure your ingredients by weight rather than by volume. So let's get started. We're going to start by putting our dry ingredients together. I have 124 grams of almond flour and 150 grams of powdered sugar. I'm just going to mix these together with my whisk here. And now we need to put them through a sieve to make sure we get all the lumps out. There we go. If you have a few little lumps in there, it's okay. You can just discard those. Those are our dry ingredients. We're going to set these aside and make our meringue. I have here 100 grams of egg whites that are at room temperature. I'm going to put them in my mixing bowl that's fitted with a whisk attachment. I'm going to put this on medium speed until it becomes frothy. Okay, our egg whites are frothy, so I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. And what the cream of tartar does, it stabilizes your meringue that you're making. And so I'm going to start this on low until the cream of tartar is incorporated. Then I'm going to put on medium-high speed until I start seeing trails in my meringue. Okay, I have trails, so now it's time to add 66 grams of caster sugar, also known as superfine sugar or baker's sugar. I'm going to add this in very slowly on medium speed. I'm going to bring it up to high speed until we get stiff peaks. Okay, our meringue is almost stiff, but before I finish it, I'm going to add 10 drops of white food coloring. And that's to make these macarons even whiter than they normally would be. One in. There we go. And 1/4 teaspoon of peppermint extract. So they really get a good peppermint flavor. Put that in there. We're going to bring this back up to high speed until we have our stiff peaks. Okay, let's see how we're doing. There we are. It's a stiff peak. It's staying straight up. And if I turn this upside down, nothing comes out. So now it's time to add our dry ingredients to our meringue here. There's our meringue, our powdered sugar and almond flour mixture. I'm going to add about 1/3 at a time. There we go. And then we're going to fold this in very carefully until this is totally combined, and then we'll add the next 1/3 of our almond flour mixture. What you want to do is keep on folding this until it rolls off like hot lava and you can make a figure 8 with it. So I have here a piping bag. It's a 16-inch piping bag fitted with a number 1A tip. It's about a 1/2 inch in diameter, and I actually have it on a coupler. And that is because the coupler will help keep my bag open, because we're going to add that red swirl. So I have red food coloring gel. I'll put some in my little bowl. There we are. And I have a food grade paintbrush. And what we're going to do to make that red swirl, I'm going to get some red on there and take my bag. I'm going to draw a stripe from the coupler to the end of the bag. This is why I use a coupler, because it keeps that bag open for me. I'm going to draw 4 stripes. So one on that side, turn around to the other side, and put a red stripe up there. Now I'm going to put, so I have a red stripe there. I'm going to put one there on that side and then one on the other side. So we'll have 4 red stripes. And that's going to give that red swirl. Am I in the right place? Yeah. Let me move that out the way. There we go. And a little bit more. There we go. And because I put the coupler on it, it'll keep the bag from collapsing on itself. So I'm going to put this in my cup. Now we're going to fill our bag with the batter, with our macaron batter. And I have here a baking sheet that I've lined with parchment paper, and I've made a template. I have 1.5 inch circles, and they're 2 inches apart, and I just did on my computer and printed them out and taped them together, and that's my template. I'm going to put that on my baking sheet. I have parchment paper here. Put that on top of the template, and now let's get to piping. So what I want to do is I want to squeeze it, and the first couple are not going to come out. So I squeeze it and give it a little turn. There we are. There's the last one. Did you notice the first ones didn't really come out right? And that's pretty typical. And then we got past all these lines of red food coloring, then they really start looking like those Starlight Mint peppermint candies. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out the template, because we don't want to bake with that template in there. So take that out, put that aside, and we're going to tap these on the counter. Tapping them on the counter helps get all the air bubbles out. And if you have some of these peaks still standing up, have a little cup of water here and just get your finger lightly covered with water, and then just touch them and push them down. If those peaks didn't go down already. There we go. These look really good. We're going to let them sit and dry for about 30 to 60 minutes, and then it'll be time to bake them. Okay, it's been 45 minutes, and our cookies are dry to the touch, so it's time to bake them. I preheated my oven to 320 degrees, and we're going to bake them for 13 to 15 minutes. Okay, it's been 15 minutes, and the first thing I want to do is I want to remove these cookies from the baking sheet, because I don't want the bottoms to cook any more than they already have. So I want to slide the cookies and the parchment away from the baking sheet. And how that you know that macarons are finished baking is that you want to wiggle the top. And if the top does not wiggle separate from the bottom, then you know your cookie is baked. And also, you want to err on the side of being overbaked rather than being underbaked. We're going to let these cool completely, and it'll be time to fill them. Okay, it's time to get our peppermint white chocolate ganache going while our cookies are cooling. So I have here 210 grams of white chocolate, and I've broken it up into small pieces. I have 70 grams of heavy cream that I've heated on the stove to just simmering around the edges. I'm going to pour that on. And I'm going to let that sit there for 1 minute and then we'll stir it up. Okay, it's been 1 minute and our chocolate is getting all melted in there. But I did say this is peppermint white chocolate ganache. So I have here 1/2 teaspoon of peppermint extract. Put that in there. And we're going to stir this until it gets nice and creamy. Okay, it's all nice and creamy now, but we really can't pipe that on our cookies. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes and let it cool down a bit. Okay, it's been about 25 minutes, and this is what our white chocolate ganache looks like right now, but you know, that isn't quite what we're looking for. It's not quite that white, and it's still kind of what I call gummy looking. So what we're going to take is our mixer here, and we're going to put all this white chocolate ganache in the mixer. Get it all in there. And we're going to whip this up on medium-high speed until it's nice, white, and fluffy. Okay, that only takes about a minute or two. And let me show you. Now, doesn't that look a lot better? It's nice and fluffy, and it's a lot whiter than it was before. So that's how you make ganache, and we did add peppermint to this, so it's peppermint ganache, and you can smell the peppermint as it's beating away. It smells really good. So get everything off of there. So I have here a 12-inch piping bag. You could also use a Ziploc bag. I would use a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. I have here a number 32 open star tip, just to make it a little bit fancier for our tonight, for our cookie exchange tonight. But you can just cut a little, about 3/8 of an inch hole in the corner of your bag. We're going to take our white chocolate ganache that looks, oh, so much better. That does look so much better. And put that in our bag. Now I've taken our macarons, and they're all cool, and I've matched them up with a top and a bottom. And so all the sizes are matched up together. So here we have them all. Now remember at the beginning when I was piping these out and the first few didn't come out with a nice red swirl in them. So those become our bottoms, so that people just see the pretty swirl on top. So now we're going to take our peppermint white chocolate ganache, and we're going to pipe it on there to about the edges. All right, there we go. And now we're going to take our top and just put on the bottom until that chocolate ganache comes out to the edges. And there we go, the last one. Oh, don't those look so cute? Okay, they're all put together, and we need to put these in the refrigerator before I take them to the party tonight so that the chocolate gets all set up. But I do need to try one before I take them to the party tonight. So I'm going to try this one. You see the red swirl on there, the piping of the peppermint white chocolate ganache. This is going to be so good. You get that crisp outer shell, and then the rest of it just melts in your mouth. The peppermint in the cookie, the peppermint white chocolate ganache. I think Nori and all of her friends are going to love this cookie tonight at the cookie exchange party. This is so good. If you like this recipe, please go to my website, sconebaking.com. There is a link below. Please give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe for future videos. Also, I hope this inspires you to bake. Thank you for watching. This is good.